So if they see me succeeding and looking confident, then they know they can do it too.
Okay, great. That answers my question. Thanks, MP.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, MP. So, what was your favorite part of tonight's win?
You know, John, with every win, it brings us one step closer to bringing this amazing city a championship. So from that perspective, my favorite part was when the clock struck zero, and we knew we had it in the bag at that point.
Yeah, I see what you're doing, man. Taking nothing for granted.
Never.
Good stuff, MP.
Thank you.
Friend MP is back in the news again. This time, well, because of a report from our friend Nate White of the Daily Horn that states people familiar with high-ranking voices in the front office are hearing that they're disappointed with the lack of leadership MP has shown thus far in his career. Something that was supposed to be his calling card coming out of college. So what do you guys think? Has MP been a bad leader at the NBA level?
Guess who's been saying this since day one? Me, yours truly. Anyone who has a bad athlete claims they're a great leader. It's the oldest trick in the book. And I'm not one bit surprised that his so-called leadership abilities disappeared soon as he stepped up his level of competition. It's hard to lead when you can't stay on the floor.
Perk, have you even watched him play this year?
I've seen enough.
Okay, what's his true shooting percentage?
I have to look it up.
How many paint touches does he have a game? How many pull-up threes has he taken? What's his off-ball defense been like?
JJ, do you really want me to answer those questions? Or are you having a meltdown?
A little bit of both.
Do I need to call a doctor?
No, you don't need to call the doctor. My point is, I don't know how anyone who's watched MP play this year could question his leadership abilities. Not only has he earned a right to start, he's playing winning basketball. He's been great in the community. He's done everything this organization has asked of him, and then some. That's not leadership to you?
Great in the community, winning basketball leadership? I'm sorry, but skateboarding with a bunch of children isn't what I call getting involved in the community. And it sure in the heck isn't leadership. What he's doing on the what is he doing on the skateboard anyway?
Hey, he's not bad.
Is he going to break his neck?
Listen, I just think it's ridiculous to question a rookie's leadership a few months into his career.
He's a young player.
Yeah, and I was actually talking about this with Joakim Noah on my podcast.
Joakim Noah.
And he said that nobody MP's age should be asked to be their team's leader. It takes time to earn that role at this level. By that measure, MP's way ahead of the curve.
As someone, JJ, who won a championship,
oh, here we go.
I could tell you what you're saying right now is a bunch of nonsense.
What do championships have to do with it? Patrick Ewing doesn't have a championship. Steve Nash doesn't have a championship. Do you know more about basketball than them because you got the 6th most minutes on the 2008 Celtics?
Wow.
Shots fired.
Whoa. There's no need for the insults, JJ.
The more I think about it, the more your anti-MP stance makes zero sense to me. If anything, you should relate to him. You didn't have the greatest physical gifts either, but you were consistent, you worked harder than anybody, and you maximized your skill set. People wanted you on their team because you were a great teammate and you had a winning mentality. How is that different than MP?
Well, first of all, JJ, I appreciate the compliments. But if the Celtics passed on Shep Owens to draft me, I think they were crazy too. He's that dude. Carry on.